Hello, in this video, I will be showing you how to map out the mandibular canal using the CPR window. So the first thing you'll want to verify is that your current panoramic view thickness is changed to 1 millimeter. So in the center toolbar, this might be defaulting to 15 or 20 millimeters in thickness, which is what we use in order to render a panoramic image from the CBCT scan. But if we're going to be using this for implant planning purposes, then we want to make sure that we change it to 1 millimeter in thickness. The other thing we want to make sure of is that the CPR curve in the MPR view, or the green horizontal line along the panoramic view, is aligned with the lower arch, since we are going to be working on the mandible. In order to do so, we'll want to first move that CPR curve down to the lower arch, and we can do so by double-clicking anywhere in the MPR view in order to enlarge it. Once we enlarge it, we want to momentarily move the CPR curve out of the way. You can do so by picking up the anchor point that is located in the inner center of that CPR curve and dragging that CPR curve out of the way. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to scroll down into the lower arch until I see the mental foramen. And in this case, we're going to be working on the patient's left side. And so I'm going to be looking for it on what would be my right side. So use the wheel of the mouse to scroll down, slice down to the lower arch until you see the mental foramen. There it is. Once you find it, let's bring our CPR curve back into place and align it with that lower arch. Again, we're using that anchor point that is located in the inner center of that CPR curve. We're going to do our best to align the CPR curve with the lower arch, which means that you might have to individually pick up these tiny little anchor points along the CPR curve and reposition them. I'm only going to be doing that on the left side, since that is currently the side that we'll be working on. Once that's completed, double click anywhere in the view to go back to the panoramic view and cross-sectional views. You can see now that that CPR curve, or the horizontal green line in the panoramic view, is aligned with the lower arch. Let's temporarily toggle off these cross-section and CPR lines. You can do so in your center toolbar of the CPR window and unselecting the visible cross-section line icon and unselecting the visible CPR line icon. And what I want to do is I want to scroll or slice lingual buccally along this panoramic view until I have a pretty good view of that mandibular canal. You may have to scroll back and forth a few times until you have the best view. Once that's done, we're going to go to the upper right toolbar, select the IMP icon, select planning right before your reset button, and make sure that you're toggled over to the M-Canal tab. Click on the M-Canal tab in order to toggle over and select New on the right side. You'll notice that your new marker defaults to the color orange, a diameter of 2 millimeters, and then also creates a safety zone of a 2 millimeter distance. You can change those if you'd like. So, for example, I'm going to change the orange to yellow. Click the color bar, select your new color, and then click OK. And you can increase or decrease the diameter of the marker or the distance of the safety zone were indicated. So let's activate our marker. To activate our marker, hold down the control key on your keyboard. You'll know that your marker is activated because the cursor now has a sun icon right next to it. However, we're still going to use our cursor in order to mark along the nerve. We're going to click at our starting point, and then we're just going to continue to click along those curvature areas in order to mark the mandibular canal. You want to verify your work. So let's toggle on those CPR and cross-section lines again by selecting the icons in the center toolbar, and then bring your red marker over to that first yellow point that we drew in. Click there, and it's going to bring our cross-section frames in the upper right area to where we started to draw out the mandibular canal. Let's enlarge that first slice or frame, slice number 132, by double clicking, and then you can roll the wheel of the mouse up and verify that where we marked is accurate. If it's difficult to see, you can zoom in by pressing down the wheel of the mouse, moving the mouse up, and it will give us a better view. If we need to reposition these anchor points, we can pick them up and just drag them where we'd like to position them. I'm going to roll the wheel of the mouse up, which is going to be moving posteriorly along the mandible. And again, reposition those anchor points where necessary. I'm going to continue to do this until I reach the far end. Great, and then I can roll the wheel of the mouse down to move anteriorly along the arch to double check my work. This is pretty much it. If you have any questions or need assistance, please contact our technical support line. Thank you so much for watching.